Hey everyone, I am making a little video for you guys today. I want to tell you how to, well, it's just another way of placing your stones inside of your pendant. The reason I'm making this is because one of my subscribers, I guess, on my channel, he is making Orgone pendants, and he went and bought some stones for his Orgonite and realized that he bought beads instead of tumbled stones. So these are tumbled stones, and then these are the beads. Now, the beads have holes in them, so he was a little upset because he felt like, well, those are going to look ugly in my pendants with big holes in them, right? So I wanted to make this video and show him that it is actually okay to have beads, and they actually do look really nice inside your pendants if you do it right. And I kind of figured this out on my own. It's just something I came up with one time because I don't even know why. I just came up with it randomly while I was playing around with making my pendants. I thought of this. And so what I did was I took the wire that I used to make my coils with, and I got beads. And these are gemstone beads. So they are, you know, this is red jasper, this is goldstone, this is yellow jasper, this is malachite, this is lapis, and then we've got amethyst here, this purple. What I'm going to do is, I've already strung all the beads on the wire already, but I'm just going to, I didn't want to take the video too long to have you sit here and watch me string all these beads on, so I will just show you how I do the amethyst. So basically you just find the little hole on the bead and stick it in the wire, just like that. And I like to pick my design of what I'm going to do before I do it. So this one was going to be for a chakra pendant, so of course I got everything out beforehand. Now, you know, you've got to kind of estimate how many beads you're going to need, and I didn't really know until I actually made this one time and realized, whoa, I need, you know, probably at least 4 beads of each color, because these beads are pretty little. Now, since these beads are so small, the hole for them, this is a 20 gauge copper wire, so I think 20 gauge copper wire will work for, you know, any beads that you buy. It's probably a pretty general size. If you want to go smaller, you can, but this is the wire that I'm using right now for this. But, and it's, like I said, 20 gauge, so I'm sure that will work just fine. Anyway, after it's, after they're all strung up like this, you're just gonna take your wire and then just, you know, make sure all the beads are, you know, together, and then you just twist it and make it tight together. So, you know, let's see if I can, I'm trying to watch the video, make sure everything's recording properly. And oh, here, this tool. Take one of these, I think it's a needle nose pliers, and just kind of twist. Makes things a whole lot easier. Okay, so there, now I got it twisted all up and tightened. Then you can kind of adjust your circle after. And after you do that, you just take this little, you know, clippy thing. I forget what these are called. And you can just clip away the wire so that you don't have anything poking out. You don't want the wire poking out at all. So that is the circle. So you can adjust it so that, you know, it makes a perfect circle. And then once you've done that, which it's very, very simple to do, and guess what? There are no holes. You don't see any holes. You have a perfect circle, and your stones aren't going nowhere because they're on a wire. Now, you don't necessarily have to use copper wire. You can use any kind of wire, any kind of metal. You know, you can, and it doesn't have to be metal. It doesn't have to be wire. You could just use like a fishing string if that's all you have, because all you're really wanting is just to make this little circle. I just personally found that I like the copper wire because I can adjust it into the, you know, perfect circle that I want. So anyways, after you've got your little circle, you're just going to stick it in your mold. Now, it looks like my little circle is just a little too big for my mold. So if that's the case, all I would have to do is just take a couple beads off of here and try that, you know, just make it a little smaller. But I'm going to see if I can maybe adjust it to fit. If not, it's really not that big of a deal. Yeah, it's not fitting quite well. I mean, I could kind of shove it in there, but I don't want to ruin the mold. So what I'll do, I'll show you. This is kind of a good example to show anyway, is just take my tool and I'll take one, I think I'm going to have to, sorry, that's my dog. She doesn't like when my other dog is on the bed with her. She's very territorial. So she sounds vicious, but she's really not. Okay, so I'm just going to take one of each. Well, let's see. What happens if I just take one and just put it, I think actually just one will be fine. So then take my tool. I'm sorry if this isn't focusing. Sometimes there's a kind of has a problem. So now see my, it's a little tricky when this happens because now my wire's really short. I probably should have measured that a little better before I cut my wire. That was one mistake that I did. So, you know, when I had this long piece going on here, I should have took it and measured in my mold before I chopped all the wire off because I just made it a little more difficult for myself at this point. Kind of forgot to do that, but that's okay because I will make this work. So you just kind of want to, now that hopefully I can make this work for you guys. This is actually a really simple thing, but my minor mistake here made it look a little more difficult than what it actually is. So, okay, so you're just going to get your two little wire ends and twist them up again. Like that. It's probably good enough for the video. And so adjust your little circle and then bam, it fits in there good. So that is how it goes inside of the mold. And of course, you know, it's not a perfect circle, but I'm of course going to adjust it a little bit more, but that's how it will look when it's finished. That's and the beads actually look really pretty. And let's see if I have a little spiral that I can put there too. So that would be, I mean, I know it's kind of hard to see right now, but that's kind of, you know, it gives you an idea of how it would look with beads instead of tumbled stones. They actually look really nice. So just, you know, to let him know, because he was pretty disappointed about the whole beads with a hole in them, and I just thought I would share with him that, no, you can make that work too. So anyways, for those of you that have beads, that's a fun way to do it. I hope this helps, and if you have any questions, just let me know. Thanks for watching.